Yo, what's poppin', my people? It's your big homie Cricks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of a UFC 5 breakdown video. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down the fight between Nas UFC and Ed Parker. Now, this one is special because these guys are widely regarded as two of the best strikers on UFC 5. I mean, we all know about Ed Parker. I've had him on my channel multiple times on breakdowns. I did a best of three against him. I even fought his Conor McGregor, and it was absolutely brutal. But we had a good best of three series. So if you guys didn't check that out, make sure to go check that out. And then we got Nas UFC, who has really been making a name for himself in the striking aspect in this game. I mean, he was around in UFC 4. He made his come up in UFC 4 on TikTok, but in UFC 5, he's really starting to take over the YouTube scene as well as becoming a widely respected striker. So these guys matched up on Nas's videos of challenging the best Conor McGregor player of all time, and they did it on multiple games, but we're just only going to be breaking down the UFC 5 fight. So Nas is going to be using Dustin Poirier here, and Ed Parker is going to be using Conor McGregor in the blue corner. So as usual, I'm going to let you guys hear the audio from Nas's video a little bit, and I'm going to be pausing it and breaking things down as we go along to tell you guys why both of these fighters are, maybe one of these fighters is having success more than the other. So without further ado, let's get it started.
Cool, I just need to tell myself how to throw the uppercut. Oh, I got different camera settings. Wait there. Let me just quickly change this. Yeah, that's it. I thought I did.
All right, now right there, for those of you guys that are newer to the game, if you guys are used to and feel comfortable on playing old settings, definitely set the UFC 5 settings to your liking, because it can sometimes come when you first get onto the game, it could be at a setting that you don't feel comfortable with. So definitely go in your settings and change it. It's good on Nas to see that, because he would have been in a lot of trouble if he didn't feel comfortable with the camera view. So. Ooh. All right, here we go.
Right. Standard's different on this game, guys. It suits me, man. I can throw a lot more on this, but obviously I still want to be patient. I don't want to get too carried away.
Now, right there, I want to pause it because I want you guys to see what Ed Parker did right there. Ed Parker is not known as a switch fighter. He does not like to switch into orthodox. He primarily likes to stay in southpaw, so that he switched stance early in the first round lets you know that there's a little bit of trickery going on here. He did it intentionally to give Nas a different look. And why this is a different look and why this could benefit him is because if Nas is used to seeing him fight in southpaw, the overhand left is coming, right? The overhand left is going to be a little bit more easily readable. But if he switches into orthodox, now Nas has to be aware of the overhanding side. So it could potentially set up an overhand. It opens up the body because Nas is in southpaw, that he can throw that rear roundhouse kick to the body and start to work the body health down that way. And it just gives Nas multiple things to think about when based off of the stance that Ed Parker is in. So that was a really tricky thing that I noticed straight off the rip.
Need to remember the uppercut buttons are different. You might see Ed Parker going for the clinch. It's going to be an accident. That's what happens when you get too used to the old input. Oh, he seems
nice
around.
Body rips. Nice catching of the teep right
Watch
there.
This, guys. Did I get him? Oh, I didn't. Good takedown defense. Oh, he's going. Did not expect that, though.
All right, right there. That was a beautiful sequence by Ed Parker. He is known as a fighter that's going to fight off the back foot. So what do you do if you're somebody that wants to kind of throw him off guard? You try to grapple him. So it was a good thought by Nas to go and try to shoot a takedown, to shoot a turning takedown on Ed Parker. But Ed Parker did a great job of not only denying it, but working it into his own takedown, right? And you guys are going to see here within the next little bit, Ed Parker does have a really good grappling game. He doesn't utilize it that much because he's very, very good in the stand-up and he's predominantly a striker. But he does have really, really good grappling. So He was able to deny the turning takedown off of the cage, which is pretty difficult. But then he was able to circle it back around, reverse cage position, and immediately get the judo throw into side saddle right here. So beautiful work, and a successful work right there from Ed Parker. This is definitely going to make Nas second guess grappling him or shooting on him like that if Ed's able to hold him down. So Nas is punching, trying to gain that GA off the bottom. Try to transition.
How crazy. Oh my god. He's going mount.
Now, right there, I want to pause it because Nas made a really, really big mistake. And this is something that I see amongst like newer players in the game. After you miss a transition, I understand, you know, you kind of get flustered with eating elbows, but you have to eat them. Don't go for two back-to-back transitions, because if you get them denied, you're depleting that long-term stamina health, or the long-term stamina bar, not health bar, but long-term stamina bar down. And Nas made a really, really big mistake, because you heard him say right after he got that second one blocked, Ed Parker's going to go full mount. It makes for an easier transition because the stamina is lower, but it also depletes that long-term stamina bar. So it was a kind of a bigger mistake from Nas UFC here in a 5-round fight against somebody who's known to work the body. So it's a good job by Ed Parker on the denials, though.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm going to have to use a power transition. This is it.
Ed is just blocking these transitions.
Let me go. My stamina's cooked.
Look at his long-term stamina just draining.
Look at my stam, guys. This is...
All right, now I want to pause it right here because I want to clarify what he meant by the power transition. For those of you guys that don't know what that is. In order to do a power transition, you're going to hold R1 and then flick either left, right, or up. This works great in side control, because side control can be a very, very dominant position for the dom side in the grappling, for the person on top. It could be a very, very good position for them. So that power transition is going to allow you to transition, make your transition just a little bit faster and make it a little bit more easier for you to get out of there. But it does deplete your long-term stamina bar as well. So not only did the denials, the perfect denials that Ed Parker was hitting, drain the long-term stamina down just a little bit, but that power transition that he made Nas hit also depleted it just a little bit, on top of him now having a stamina lead too. So for those of you guys that don't know how to use the power transition, it is going to be R1 on PlayStation, RB on Xbox, and then your right stick either left or right to transition and use that muscle modifier.
Literally the worst start to this game. So Ed Parker told me he was using wrong settings on his monitor this whole time, like years, and he switched it to game mode, he said, and he says he can now deny transitions so much better. Probably why he's denying everything now.
Ed has some really nasty denial times, man.
Oh my god.
Look at him denying the full guard.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that's Parker. That's good ground game. Alright, not good. Look at my stamina.
Alright, so you heard Nas right now just say, look at the stamina. Now, it might not seem like a really, really big deal, but against Ed Parker, if he has a stamina lead against you, he does a really, really good job of setting up his body work. His body work is notorious, man. He's known for being one of the best body punchers that the UFC franchise, in terms of the EA games, has ever seen. I mean, he knows how to set up body combinations and work that stamina lead even that much more. So, although it might not seem like a big deal here that Nas's stamina has gone down that much, it is a really, really big problem. It really, really is, and he knows that. That's why he said, look at my stamina. It's a problem. It's a problem.
This is like a dream come true to him. Oh, man. I told you guys, I end up pinching back because of the getting used to the old inputs. Now he's just got to maintain that advantage, man.
Nice knee, see? I'm telling you, Ed Parker knows how to set up these combos. So Nas is trying to be patient, not waiting or not using too much stamina for the rest of the first round, but ooh, nice pull counter. All right, now I want to pause it right there because what Nas did right there was very, very brilliant. Very brilliant by pressure fighting, right? He put the pressure on Ed. He realizes Ed wants to go down to the body. So how do you prevent that? You space yourself out. You kind of just counter the counter fighter. You kind of just get him standing there looking at you by faking him a little bit. Ed Parker made a really big mistake. Nas caught him with an uppercut. He was able to crack that block a little bit down. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get a knockdown or really capitalize on it because of the time at the end of the first round, but he did a really, really good job of setting Ed Parker up right there in the last 20 seconds to land some damaging shots. So you see beautiful work from Ed Parker, but also beautiful work from Nas UFC. So, I mean, you got two high-level strikers going here. You're going to see a lot more of this.
Nearly got him with an uppercut as he was going low there, I thought. We did some damage to his head, but, man, I'm so disappointed with how much stamina I've lost in that first round. Man. Yeah, don't let Ed Parker get top control again, man. He's really good at denying transitions. I even used the power transition in there, which, bro, you shouldn't be able to deny, and he hit the denial. That's what's crazy.
Ed's nasty with the grappling. He really, really is. But all right, here in the second round, we see Nas trying to do the exact same thing, but Ed Parker knows it, so he's circling off. Nice uppercut. Now I want to break that down right there. That was so tricky that not a lot of people use it, right? So you seen Ed hurt him. He goes up top, then goes down to that body. Now, this is a trick that a lot of UFC 5 pro players use that if you guys don't know, you guys need to know it and implement it into your game because I use it as well, right? To set up the body shots, you overload the block up top. So you've seen Ed throw 2 punches up top to the block, right? Making Nas have to think about moving his head, slipping, or that, hey, you know what? He's going to break my block down. So then what Ed Parker did was then he went with the double body hooks back up into a lead hook shot because that's what creates that mixer that I talked to you guys about. You never know where your opponent is going to go because he's already broken your block up top and now he's ripping your body and then he's going to come back up top hoping that you drop that block down from getting your body hit and then he's going to knock you down. Very, very tricky stuff that a lot of UFC 5 pro players use to get knockouts, to get knockdowns, and really to solidify winning rounds. So if you don't use that, pro tip for you, definitely implement that in your own game. So there's the stance switch again. So look at Ed starting to work that body.
I need to like counter faster because I'm able to slip his jabs, but I need to make sure I throw before he can land his second punch.
So nice job by Nas here, pushing forward. All right, now I want to stop it right here because I want you guys to see exactly what Ed Parker is doing to counter Nas UFC's pressure, right? So Nas is doing a good job of putting the heat back on Ed Parker, putting him on that back foot. He's getting him slowly but surely closer to that cage. So what Ed is doing is he's kind of pulling Nas into a striking exchange and then just picking at the body. He threw that straight out to the body, right? Then he threw a jab up top, rear uppercut to the body. He's just poking at his body, not with large combinations, but just with nice little damaging shots. And that's what Ed does. He kills you with 1,000 cuts. You get deaths by 1,000 cuts with Ed Parker. He's not just going to come forward and blast you with combinations to your body or anything like that. He's just going to slowly but surely pick at the body, pick at the body, pick at the body. And then before you know it, you're looking at your stamina and you're like, damn, my stamina is down and my body health is down. And then he's just going to go up top and try to slaughter you up to the head and put you in that non-survivable mixer. You know what I mean? So he's doing a good job of pulling pulling Nas into those shots. But Nas is doing a good job of understanding that that's what Ed is doing and circling himself back out of the striking positions, back out of the pocket. So he recognizes it. That's why he backed up as far as he did. He needs to back up, reset it. And it would be in his best interest to throw calf kicks, but I realize not a lot of people do that. So he's kind of just put himself in a really, really big bind right here. Nice straight again. Nice hook right there that time.
I didn't block that.
Nice major lunge. Now I want to pause it right here because now you're seeing Ed Parker throw out a lot of feints, right? He's hitting Nas with a lot of feints. And you see Nas not really throwing anything, right? And that's because he never knows when Ed Parker is actually going to go. And Ed is one of the best players in the world at doing this, bro. Once he gets that stamina lead on you like he already has right here on Nas, and he's done a lot of damage to that body as well as up to the head, now he can start working that feigning game, right? He's feigning at you, he's feigning at you, he's feigning at you. A lot. Very similar to what Israel Adesanya does to guys in real life, right? You see him feigning at people, and getting them the bite. It nullifies their offense and constantly just overloads the brain because you never know when he's going to go. He's mixing up his timing beautifully by throwing out a lot of those feints, and it's making Nas freeze, right? Because his brain doesn't know. Is Ed going to go? Is he going to rip to my body? Is he going to go up to my head? And that's the game that that Ed is making Nas play. And it's in his advantage because you never know and you're going to make a mistake, right? You might throw an uppercut when he's feigning down to the body and he counters you, right? He could counter you to the body off of the feint, right? So it's like there's a lot of different options that Ed Parker can utilize here with this feint game, but I mean, you could already see, look at Ed hasn't thrown a strike in probably about 10, 15 seconds, and Nas is still holding that block up. You know what I mean? So it's a very, very useful strategy if you can work it in. Nice jab. Uppercut to the body that
he's using all these like little fakes and things to like scare me, keep my brain guessing, not know what's real, what is.
See?
Really like deceptive. Oh my
Y'all
god.
thought I was capping.
I feel like I'm an angry bull, man. And he keeps going ole. What? Good.
Oh, he missed right there. Nice counter by Nas, though. There was that counter, but there he got himself in trouble, right? I'm going to let this play out, then I'll break it down.
Oh my god.
Okay? So, Ed did a great job, and he did something that he's known for, right? He hit him with a slip uppercut to the body. Ed is notoriously known for that. Like, he really is. He's the one who started doing those. So, he hit him with that slip uppercut to the body, hurt him, and you see the body health was really down low, and then he immediately went up to the head, really started to create that health vortex, as you would want to say, not knowing where your opponent is going to go because they could go really both areas and get a finish on you. But he made a mistake because he overthrew, he overcommitted, and he got caught with an uppercut going down to the body. That could be really, really hurtful if Ed wasn't careful and if Nas was able to capitalize on it, because there was a high chance that Nas could have recovered before Ed did and put the pace on him and got a knockdown and potentially could have gotten a finish on that. So, tip for you guys, definitely be careful. Even when you have your opponents hurt like Ed does right here, and you have a significant health and stamina lead, they can still get a finish on you if you overcommit. It was a good job by Nas making him pay for overcommitting.
Stamina's gone. I need to KO him again like 4.
Yeah, Nas' stamina is chopped, and it's only in the second round.
Oh, he just about blocked. Alright, good round again. My stamina's going, man. My stamina's
Look at the
going.
strike
It's a
totals.
shame. He stunned me to the body and the head.
All right, so look at this. 50 of 108. Ed only threw 108 shots and has all this damage and all this stamina lead. This is what striking, when striking is worked properly, this is how it looks. You don't need to throw 150 strikes in a round. You can do the damage and do the work if you just pick your shots wisely and you set them up. So Ed's doing a beautiful job. Nas is not landing nearly as much, and he's taking a crap ton of damage.
Cool. Yeah, it's just going to keep going downhill from now, guys. If I don't land a knockout, then I'm screwed.
Yeah,
I should have taken a different game plan. If only I didn't get taken down. Oh man.
Hey, I struggled through this a lot too, man. I know when I'm cooked, but hey, you can't give up. Hey, still looking for that counter shot.
I need to throw straight whenever he hits my body, guys. That's the adjustment I need to make. Ed's got to hope that I just keep punching till I get to that stage where I'm like gassed out and slumping around. Then he's on for sure.
I mean, Ed's just working beautifully, and he caught him. Look at that, an uppercut to the head. And I want to point out the one thing about Ed Parker's offense, he throws a lot of those slip uppercuts or the jab uppercuts to the body. If you duck, it instantly turns into an uppercut to the head. So you can't duck his body shots because they will turn into uppercuts to the head. And you could just see he's really just kind of toying with Nas. And Nas knows, man. Unless he lands, Ed Parker makes a really big mistake like he did in that last round and lets Nas counter him, Ed's gonna win this fight. He really, really is. He's breaking down that block, touching it with the jab. Nice counter shot right there by Nas almost. Nice body hook, nice body uppercut. Double jab.
Come on, man.
Ooh. He just working.
I'm not landing an overhand again. Down.
Nice straight. Giving him that different stance look now.
Come on.
Ooh, nice counter straight. Nas is doing a good job of landing something to keep Ed off of him, but it's not enough to set up a finish. Ooh. And look at Ed's just being super patient. He knows, man. Nice uppercut. Nice body rock. And now there's that mixer. There it is. Oh. That's a tough one. But I want to pause it right here, and I want you guys to pay attention and really appreciate the patience that Ed Parker is having for this finish. He understands that he has Nas hurt. He has him, right? But instead of blitzing him, he's just taking his time, landing the solid damage, waiting for Nas to make a mistake. That's really what he's doing. And while he's waiting, he's stacking up damage, not leaving too many openings for Nas to counter shot him, to land something, as we would call it, fluky, to get a finish or something like that. He's playing it damn near perfectly in the striking standpoint.
The body.
And he's doing this to another elite level striker because Nas is no bum.
I like it.
Nice jab hook.
slowing down.
Ooh, nice counter uppercut right there by Nas, though. Ooh, that jab uppercut. Oh, Ed's gonna go for a finish on the ground? Oh, okay. I was about to say.
If I win, that's gonna be hilarious.
Nice rear
Come on.
Unorthodox, too.
No, I ain't got stamina to launch. He's gonna go flying knee, guys. I know he is. Look how slow that hook.
And look at Nas's movement. It's sluggish. Ooh, nice counter body uppercut though. Nice lead hook. And now Ed is gonna go for the finish.
No,
Not playing with his food.
Ed Parker gets
He's
the job.
able to get the job done right there with Conor McGregor. But I mean, that was just a beautiful striking performance, and it was all set up off of the grappling exchange in the first round. He denied Nas. He denied Nas. He denied Nas. He made Nas use that muscle modifier multiple times in order to get out of that grappling position. And then once he got up on the feet and he had a stamina lead, like I said, he set up that body damage and never allowed Nas to recover. He did a good job of using the feints once he had the damage to kind of just psych Nas out and not ever let him get a feel for the timing to try to set up a counter. Overall, I mean, it was just a beautiful performance by Ed Parker. It wasn't perfect, but it was damn near perfect. And Nas did everything he could, man. He knew after he got up off the ground, it was going to be a struggle for him with Ed. And he did everything that he could, but sometimes, you know, you just got to chalk it up to somebody's a better player in that certain match and lick your wounds and call it a day. You know what I mean? But that's it for the video, though, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button. And let me know if I need to clarify anything that I did break down in this video. If you do feel like I need to clarify something that I said, please drop a comment in the comment section. I'm going to be answering every single comment on this video. But until next time, my people, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.